author of Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters out there. Welcome. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge. Thanks so much for joining me. I absolutely love being here with you. This is my favorite time of the day. Hope you're off to a great start of the day. If you're not, you should be, folks. Just put yourself in a peak state of mind. You know what I like to do is I like to go to that area of strength, and that'll be over my left-hand shoulder, I'm sure, here in just a minute or so. You know, what you want to be able to do is start your day off from a place of strength. If you're waking up in Spokane, you know, because what time is it over there? I guess that's about 6:08 in the morning. You know, good morning to you. Thanks for everybody listening to us on the radio over there. And if you're catching the archive up in New Hampshire, thanks so much for doing it. Everybody else should be watching us on TigerTV. Just go to the homepage at tfnn.com, folks. You can click on the button for TigerTV. You'll see a live streaming video of this. You can always catch the archive of this show. I believe it is channel 14 or 15, I can't recall exactly. One of those channels, you will see the archives of these shows, as well as many others around here, so you can always catch a replay. Why would you want to do that? Because you're capturing all of the charts that we put up on the screen. You're absolutely going to learn something here this morning. It is my mission to be able to teach you something. And so hopefully you had a great Wednesday. This is, you know, we have Terrific Tuesday. Oh, it's on Channel 9 now. Oh, how I like that. So this show's on Channel 9. That's a lucky number of mine, 99. And so you've got, hopefully you had a great Wednesday, but we've got Terrific Tuesdays and Terrific Thursdays. Got to come up with another T word, if you will. Maybe somebody will send an email to me, or somebody that then will pop in one of those great words that we can use for Thursdays. Now, not necessarily such a great day for those of you that were in the gold market yesterday. We're going to take a look at that. As far as the futures are concerned, you've got the Dow futures up about 35 points or so. You've got the S&P up about 3. You got the NASDAQ up about 10. Speaking of gold trading down $2.10 right now, out at 17.09. And, you know, talk about gold, folks, gold. You had a passing of a legend yesterday, Davy Jones, you know, from the Monkees. For those of you that can remember Davy Jones, you know, his songs absolutely touched so many people, no matter what age group you are in. You know, so many folks have remade some of those songs out there. And so what I actually liked in the paper in the USA Today is just simply a comment from the guitarist in the Monkees, Peter Tork, and he said it like this. He said he's been thinking about Davy Jones's talent. He said, I've been thinking about his talent, but mostly his heart, if you will. And he said, what the saddest thing in the world is not everybody was able to see the range and depth of his heart, folks. And, you know, one woman has enthusiasm for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, not such a big deal. Another maybe for 30 days. You take a look at Davy Jones, folks, and that was a man who had it for years, not 30 years, not 30 minutes, if you will, you know, for a lifetime, and that is how you make a success of your life. Because, you know, if you really want an extraordinary life, folks, if you want a life of meaning, if you want to have a magnificent life, if you want joy, if you want happiness, you want love, passion, you know, you name it, success, fulfillment, the whole thing, what you got to do is you've got to experience life on your terms. That's what Davy Jones did. That's what you should do. And so, you know, we'll play the song that we did play a Monkey song just before we were coming on the air there. Maybe we'll have a few more during the day. You know, just simply great hits. And, you know, actually USA Today, there are a couple fun facts in there that I didn't know. One, as an example, is David Bowie, another great musician and artist out there. Love David Bowie. In fact, Davy Jones, actually, you know, he still toured around. He's 66 years old. I used to catch him at least once a year. Now, when I say once a year, it would be for a period of days. So I'd see him, you know, several days in a row. He would come out to Epcot, and I think usually it was during the May time frame. During the twice a year, Epcot would bring in entertainers. They called it the Flower Power Series, and that was usually done in May because of spring, if you will. And then in October, they did a beer and wine and cheese festival, if you will, because I guess that's what you do in October, right? Oktoberfest. And so Davy Jones was always there during the, I believe it was during that May series, and just simply a great entertainer, great heart. I agree. When you watched him entertain, you could see his heart on his, he wore it on the outside, and you should too. Nothing wrong with having some emotion. Hey, I did want to say thank you to Ellen. I don't want to give her away her last name, but we did have a Tigress that came up to Suite 618 yesterday. She was in the area, and we want you to join us here, folks, as well. It's no coincidence that we are in Suite 618 because that is one of our wonderful Fibonacci numbers. If you were looking at the ES Mini right now, what you would see is that the ES Mini has retraced to Suite 618, if you will. It has done a 0.618 retracement off of the move from the highs from yesterday. When we take a look at the highs from yesterday, that was made at 10:30 in the morning. The high up there was 1377.25. But, jumping around a little bit, I wanted to finish off that David Bowie was actually named David Jones. And he changed his name just simply because of the popularity of Davy Jones. So, a little fun fact, maybe I'll pull out a couple of more from the newspaper during the show, if you will. 877-927-6648. So let's go ahead, jump back to the markets. And if you're looking at TigerTV, I'll just go ahead and blow this up on the screen here since we were talking about 618. And if you are ever in the area, folks, please stop in, say hello. We would love to see you, give you a handshake, a hug. It's really more of a hug, handshakes. That's not living life. That's not putting your emotions on your sleeves, if you will. And if we do take a look at the ES Mini, let's see what the emotions are inside the ES Mini. Let's see the ABC pattern again. This is a 30-minute chart that we are taking a look at here. And at a point on the ES Mini came in yesterday down at about 4:15 in the afternoon. It got down to a low of 1356.75. From that point forward, it just simply moved sideways, throughout the evening until about 2 a.m. when it decided that's where it made its C point, folks. And when it made its C point, it had traded down to the 1358.75. Now, if you take a look at that retracement off of the lows that were put in there, that retracement there, 70% retracement, not quite a 0.786 and just a little bit more than a 618. An A to B, a 1-to-1 A to B equals C to D would have taken it right up here into this 1365 area. That's what it did. Got in there at about 5:30 this morning, traded sideways for an hour, moved up to that next level, that 1.272, if you will. That's in the 1368 range. And it's trading right now at 1368.75. Also happens to be the 0.618 retracement. Maybe not the exact. Let's go take a look at what the exact number ought to be out there. Exact number is, looks like it's 1369.42. And you've gotten up to a high of 1367.25. So that's on the 618. It has set up here a little, not a Tiger Gartley, but a Gartley sell. You can see this is coming down into the big downdraft from yesterday, and what was that all about? We had Phil from Boston calling in yesterday, and we were taking a look at the dollar index. And we were talking about the dollar index on a longer-term basis, but, boy, you take a look. Let me punch that up on the screen here. Here's one of the things that, I wanted to point out to you when you take a look at the daily charts, and my clients and I, yesterday during our 1-hour webcast, we went ahead and we were reviewing candle patterns. We spent probably 30, 40 minutes just taking a look at candle patterns. We were taking a look at the hammer candle, which is a candle I love seeing in the marketplace. It is a great tradable candle that are out there. Now, what I did was I shared with them a technique that put trading that candle pattern about 75% in your favor. Folks, if you'd like to take a look at that, you can go over to our website. You can sign up for my newsletter service for 30 days. Absolutely, no risk on your part, and you can get that webcast as well as the other 17 hours of education that are in there. Little trading techniques and tricks, if you will. Tactics, if you will, strategies that will help you to increase your trading performance. Well, what other candle did we talk about yesterday? We talked about the bullish engulfing, and if you go take a look at the U.S. dollar index, there are a number as the dollar has come in off the bottom, and the bottom that I'm talking about really is when the dollar started retracing up back in the August of 2011 time period. Really, the bottom in the dollar came in May of 2011. You can see here as our markets were making highs, May 2nd, if you will. That was when the dollar put in its bottom. And so now what you will see along the way here, and you saw yesterday, you saw another bullish engulfing candle. That candle engulfed the prior 3 trading sessions. You see that that's really what it was going against when it was moving down yesterday and really over the last 4 or 5 trading sessions. In fact, it's been bumping up against that area. Quite frankly, it has been bumping up against that area since January 27th. And we are already in March 1st, and that was the bullish engulfing candle that was created on December the 2nd. And just simply, in addition to that candle, was also coming against a breakout here, that Tom has pointed out so often during the Money Masters show, and that was coming against the highs on November 9th. That high out there was 78.25. So you had some support, if you will, from a wide price range bar, as well as some volume in there, and that was also met by a bullish engulfing. That was on December 2nd. And what did you do yesterday? You did the same thing. You made another bullish engulfing pattern. What's that mean? Well, what it does mean is we are at least in a trading range here on the U.S. dollar index. That trading range would be right here at the last swing point that was made out on February the 16th, the high out there at 80.24. So you're looking at least a minimum of a consolidation range between 80.24 and the 78 area. More likely, you're going to see more oomph, more energy out of the U.S. dollar index. And if you do that, folks, that is going to put some pressure on the long side of the market. And what is that all about? Well, we know that's all about Queen Euro. You can't have a king without a queen, folks. And so if you go take a look at Queen Euro, if we go over into the currency market here, we'll pull up the daily chart on Queen Euro, and you can see that what Queen Euro was trying to do, maybe still is trying to do, is make an ABC up. It is now trading back inside its B swing point, that high on that B swing point, 133.204. You are trading out right now at 130, what is that? Give me a second. Why can't I? Come on, let me wipe my glasses clean. Actually, let's make sure I've got the high correctly here. 133.204. You're trading out 133.071. So you are trading out underneath that swing point. And what you did not, let me see here. I don't think you had a bearish engulfing yesterday because you had the close of the prior session, February 28th, at 134.7. What did it open up at yesterday? 134.551, 134.555. You did not have a bearish engulfing. 877-927-6648. Dow's up about 37 in the futures market. We'll be right back, folks.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, Fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
What number is this, Chip?
7A.
Okay, no, I mean, don't get excited, man. It's because I'm short, I know. Oh, I could hide neath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. The 6 o'clock alarm.
To Davy Jones, who passed away yesterday, had to touch most of the listeners out there from the Monkees. And so just a couple other fun facts here from the Monkees. I mentioned that David Bowie he was actually, when he was born, named David Jones. He changed his name to David Bowie. You had Stephen Stills actually auditioned for the Monkees, the original group, as the guitarist. He was the one that actually recommended Peter Tork. I didn't know that. And so now, according to the Billboard, the Monkees sold more albums in 1967 than the Beatles and the Rolling Stones put together. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Jimi Hendrix, I didn't know this, opened for him in 1967 for the Monkees. And let's see out here. You had Frank Zappa, I do remember that, made a cameo appearance on the Monkees show. Let's see. Mickey Dolenz, he auditioned for the role of Fonzie in Happy Days. He could have replaced Henry Winkler. Kind of glad Henry Winkler made it. That was actually a pretty cool show, too. So 877-927-6648. And we were talking about Queen Euro. You can't have a King dollar without a Queen Euro, and that's what we're taking a look at here. And, the Euro yesterday traded down back inside the B point, and it's very possible here, if we're taking a look at the trading range, one possibility of King Dollar would be in its trading range. That was going to trade up to its swing point high. If we take a look at the Euro, it could be trading down into its swing point low of February 16th. The low down there being 1.29733. Now, if you do take a look at the Euro here, what it's really trying to do is trying to get up and into this 0.618 area, sweet 618, but it may have to just simply trade inside this sideways consolidated range before it actually does that. That was on the Euro. If we take a look at the pound, let's go take a look at the Great British Pound out there. The Queen Mum, as we should say out here. If we take a look at the pound U.S. dollar, this chart, you can see, okay, so yesterday when we came on the air, we were taking a look at this currency pair, and you can see here that it traded back inside the range being the the bearish engulfing pattern that it created on February the 8th. The high there is 1.5928. Yesterday you traded up. In fact, while we were on, I think it was probably at its sessions highs. It got up to 1.5991 and then traded back inside the range. You are just up over it today. This bearish engulfing is doing its job. It's created that line in the sand, if you will. Right now you've got the Great British Pound trading out at 1.5941, and look for that, see if that stays back inside its range. Let's take a quick look over at the Japanese yen. That thing has been on fire. Where is that on my screen? Here we go. Japanese yen still trading up near its, well, first of all, it is trading up over the highs where the Japanese finance ministers had stepped in the most recent time in 2000, well, not the most recent time, the first time in 2011, back in August 3rd of 2011, when the finance ministers stepped in there to weaken the yen, to flood the market with some yen. It got up to a high of 80.23. You are trading at 81.16, and the Japanese yen has been on a tear. What you can see that it did is it moved up to its 0.618 area, is now just building some cause. Looks like that yen wants to get weaker. That would put some strength in the dollar. Dollar would get stronger, and that would be good for all of us, folks, because we want that yen to get weaker. With a strong yen, it just simply is. Now, what I'd like to actually see is I'd like to see it get a little stronger, maybe have the Japanese markets pull back, stocks like Sony, Toyota, or what have you, which would make for some great entry points for us. But you got to keep an eye on that, because you're looking at a yen. If I go ahead and I put this on a monthly chart here, folks, what you're going to see is, you're dealing with all times. Why didn't this thing go back further? Yeah, I've got a little bit of a complication here. But what we were at was we were basically at all-time lows. It doesn't show this on this chart, so let's go ahead and get rid of that chart. Let's put that back on the daily basis. And so what you'd like to be able to see here is you would like to see a weaker yen because of all the parts that go into so many of the products that you and I purchase each and every day, especially if it's sushi or sake, folks. So, we want to see the price of that come down, right? If you take a look at the futures right now, you've got the Dow futures up about 35. Let's switch over to the gold market here real quickly before we go to break. You take a look at the gold marketplace. Now this, folks, this is the mother of all bearish engulfings. Take a look at what this candle produced yesterday. You talk about wide price spread. Well, you had it. You talk about bearish engulfings, folks. This went back and engulfed all the candles from January 26th. And yesterday was February 29th. An entire month, folks, in 6 hours of trading. 877-927-6648. We get back, we'll go see how these markets are going to pop. Be back in just a moment, folks.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stock placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and the Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, first Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. You got the Dow up 53 points. S&P's up almost 6 points. Composite up 12. You've got the small caps up 5. Small caps lead the charge on the way up 0.6% out there. And Apple, the Apple Watch, if you will, nothing but Apple, the NBA. Apple trading up at $545.87. That's up $3.33. Cisco down 4 ticks right now. Google up 50 cents. Intel up 18 cents. Microsoft up 26. And let's see. So you've got Apple leading the charge dollar-wise so far. Up $3. You've got, what is this, American Airlines, ARC is the, no, it's American Realty. American Realty, they are up $3.50. Following that, you've got Babcock. Symbol there is BWC. They are trading up about 10% right now. We'll go take a look at American Realty. They are up 58%. What's the news going on there? I don't see any, a tender offer, American Realty Trust. Now it's a tender offer. That is trading up, as I said, about 60% right now, up $3.75. You've got the Gap. Gap must have come out with earnings this morning. Let's see what their earnings report or their sales report says here. Where is it? I don't see it out there, but you've got the Gap trading up. The Gap may have gapped up. We'll go take a look and see. Let's go see if the Gap gapped up. That would be fun to do. Let's go take a look at the Gap. The actual symbol on that, folks, is GPS. So let's go take a look at the Gap. And it did gap up. You got to love that. So let's take a look at the Gap. Let's see what the Gap is doing here, folks, as it gapped up this morning. The Gap is trading into its swing point high, if you will, or trying to get up there. Let me see if I can do this on this chart here and get it down. Looks like the swing point high around April 26th out at $26.34. You did 5.7 million shares. Let me go ahead and switch this over to the weekly. It will be a little bit easier to go ahead and take a look at this on the chart here for all of us. So we're seeing that the Gap, and take a look at these nice long-range bars, folks. You had a long-range bar here off of the top coming back in May of 2011, so probably that May 2nd area. Now, what we're taking a look at here is you are trading into the swing point high. That swing point high here is for the week ended April 30th, 2010, 39 million shares. The week through yesterday, I don't have today's in here, is 26 million shares. So it's going to have the juice, if you will, already in the week. It should, I would imagine, to go ahead and complete its test. Now that test, that 100% move of a move, folks, that would take it up into the 26.34 range. If you get a close above that with more than 39 million shares, then what that wants to do is it wants to do an extension, if you will. And that extension, folks, if we just simply take a look at ABCs that are out there, let's go take a look at the weekly ABC formation that was created here. This is the gap. That would come down to the low of September, the week of September 9, 2010. I said 9 was my lucky number, if you will, so you can always, that's Gordie Howe's number. And if you go take a look at Channel 9, you can catch the archive of these shows. So when we cross the B point from that week of November, how about that? You had 9-9 was the low, and you got 11-11 was the high, the week of 11-11. How about that? That high out there, folks, at $20.41, 32 million shares. When you came through that area, you came through it with 45 million shares the week of February the 3rd. We know February 3rd, that is an important day, not just a week, but an important day for us. You came crushing through there with wide price spread, and you also did that with volume. Came through there, you know, it made its A to B equals C to D, and just kind of went sideways here for looks like about 2.5 weeks, and now it's on its way up to a 1 to 1.618. What do you do when you do a 1 to 1.618? You typically do something else, have a change in trend, and so if you're taking a look at the gap here, now you've got a 1 to 1.618, A to B equals C to D. You also have a 100% move of a move, and you want to see what it does. Does it close above or does it close below that swing point high? That swing point high, again, folks, the week of April 30th, the price out there, 26.34. That is the gap. If you take a look at on the downside here, let's go take a look at what do we have that's trading out lower. You've got PetSmart and Sotheby's. Sotheby's, and if you could probably guess what ticker symbol they would use. Folks, you know Sotheby's, they are the auctioneer out there. Auctioneer, what do you think they might have as a ticker symbol? That's right, you guys got it, BID. I'll put a bid on that. That is trading down right now at $35.40. And we take a look at Sotheby's. Let's see what this is trying to trade into. In fact, let me just see what's the news out there on Sotheby's. Let's see here. Q4 profit declines. That must mean that people weren't buying as much. The revenues were $284 million versus $317. That's off by a bit. And their net income $71 million versus $96. So we take a look at that news is not being greeted well. Was there any indications? Look at Sotheby's has been trading in a sideways trading range going back to August of 2011. The top of that range, really, I would say out here, right in the 39 and change area, maybe 39 and 40 bucks, let's say $41, if you will. Trading lower this morning already. Let's see, as far as you did 9 minutes of trading time, and you are down with 782,000 shares. That's after making its most recent high with 922,000 shares, and then another high of 2.7 million on February 8th. This thing is trading down now. Its next swing point here has got 2 million shares. That's on January 27th. It's got a little bit of work to get down there. The high of that swing point, 33.99, low of 32.51. And let's see, is there anything else that this thing might be going into? This really looks like a sideways trading range here, and that is on Sotheby's. That is BID. Let's go take Amazon. Just jumped into the second place, if you will, $2.32 on the way down. Let's go take a look at, see what's going on there, if there's anything significant. AMZN in Amazon. Not really much more than just simply a sideways move. So we'll go on to our next one. That is PetSmart. So if we take a look at PetSmart, folks, PETM is the ticker symbol. And let's see here. You've got your PetSmart bested estimates for Q4. They rose 7.8% over their year-to-year growth. Let's see, net income, $290 million versus $239. Not too bad. And you've got profit, net sales, profit. What's that? Profit, net sales. That's not profit. Q4 profit, 91 cents a share versus 77. But somehow they don't like the guidance. Let's go take a look at that chart out here again. That ticker symbol PETM. PetSmart, and that has gapped down just slightly this morning. Let's see what kind of volume you've done. You've got some volume coming out of this thing because we've only been trading for 11 minutes, and what you have done is 623,000 shares. Where is the next area of real support on this thing here? Well, you know, the real area of support, well, that's way down there. That real area of support is May 19th, 2011. Why do I say that? Because you can take a look at that high volume day. Where it gapped up. It gapped up on May 19th at 5 million shares. That's the last day out there, single day, if you will, with any significant volume. You can see as it has moved up here, not on any real significant wide price spread, if you will, or any significant volume. Right now, just trading into the swing point here. That goes back only just a few trading sessions ago, February 23rd. That was a swing point, had 997,000 shares. So far, what you've done is 637,000 shares. Low on that swing point, 53.55. You've gotten down to 53.50. Let's go ahead intraday and take a look at this chart here. We should be able to go back to that swing point. Let me get my time. Let's take a look at a 10-minute chart, see what we can see out here with PetSmart. You can see how the volume just came out of that balloon, if you will. And so it's got volume. It wants to come back down and at least test that low from this morning and probably go much, much further than that. That was on PetSmart. Let's go take a look at Buckle Inc. Buckle Inc., BKE, they are trading up here, is the ticker symbol for them. Buckle Inc., let me see here, BKE is the ticker symbol. BKE, just have to learn how to type. And let's take a look, see if there's any news out here. Why is Buckle up there? Net sales, $86.7 million versus $73.9. Comp store sales are up about 15%, so not bad. I don't know if they're the Buckle. So I haven't actually seen a retail store. Of course, folks, I think you actually have to go into a mall to actually see a retail store, and that could be one of my problems. But I have not even heard of the Buckle Inc. They are trading into their swing point. Now, look at the downdraft that this had going back to May 18th, 2011. You have that swing point at 439,000 shares. What you really want to do is you want to kind of couch it against the downdraft of 2.7 million shares that took place on the 19th. So on the 18th, you go ahead and you close out at a session high of $47.90. You wake up the next morning, and if you missed it and you didn't wake up, it closed the next morning down at $41. That was quite a hit there. 41 to 40. What did I say the high was? About $48. So that's a nice little 20% haircut, if you will. You are trading up into that swing point. Again, the actual swing point's got 439. You're going to want to make sure you gauge that one against the downdraft. And you are up so far with 324,000 shares in the first 14 minutes of trading. So you do have some nice little juice going in here. Looks like this thing has really been in a consolidation for a long time. Look at this thing here. Holy cow. That is on Buckle Inc. And let's see, what else do we have moving in these markets? We have got, let's see, on the upside, you've got American ARCT, American Realty Capital. Okay, that's the one that is trading up. Those are the guys that just did a offer. Let's go take a look at that stock anyways. Hopefully, folks, you are loaded with shares on ARCT because that thing has gapped up about 66%. Let me see here. ARCT. Why didn't I get that? That's not. Yeah, $10 here. No, maybe is that. That's strange. Is today their initial public offering? Must be. Must be, folks. So sorry about that one. So that's traded from a range of $5.75 to $10. We're going to skip American Realty Trust here. Let's go take a look at Babcock, BWC. That is trading up this morning as well. BWC, they see what they've got. They've gapped up, trading at its session lows, though, this morning. What is that coming into? That's really coming back here into the swing point from June 26 out there, 279,000 shares. Let's go see what Babcock has to say here. What have they done? They appointed a new appoints J. Randall Data as the president and chief operating officer of one of their subsidiaries out there. So they must like that news a bit. gapped up, trading out at 27.60 right now. So let's go take a spin around here. You've got the Dow trading up 49 points. S&P's up 4. Let's go take a look at the and Apple. How about that? Folks, I got to wash my glasses here. It says Apple's trading down 12 cents. That doesn't happen. When was the last time that you can recall that? Oh, now we're back to green. Okay, so it's up 50 cents right now. There we go. I just had to knock on my computer. So let's go take a look at the ETF indices here. Let's look at the 5 minutes there. See if we can see any volume either to the upside or the downside. You can certainly see in the last trading session, last 5 minutes of the trading session on the SPYs, you came down with 7.9 million shares. Let's go take a look at those SPYs, see what they are doing right now. They're just simply trying to get into, or they have at least gotten into the swing point high in the 5-minute chart at 2:15 in the afternoon. You did 1.1 million shares as you came up into that. First this morning, you came up with 3.5. What does that tell you, folks? That says you want to go up and at least tag the high of 137.68. It has not gotten up there. If we take a look at the next 5-minute trading session, 3 million shares as well, and then 2.6 million. This trading session right now, 1.3, but you are 2.5 minutes into that. And what you've got the SPYs trying to do is take on its swing point on a 5-minute chart. And really what it's doing, if you come over further to the left, what it's running into is that supply line on the 5-minute chart going back to 1050, where you did volume of 6.6 million shares. So that's what's stopping the SPYs dead in its tracks at the moment, as folks are just simply trying to get their money back in that supply line. Let's go take a look at the other ETFs. Let's look at the diamonds out here. That is the DIA, folks, and they are doing the same thing, coming into the swing point here and the downdraft. So the first swing point that we look at, 2:10 in the afternoon, only 34,000 shares traded hands, and as you gapped up this morning, you gapped up with 137,000 shares. You did get up, you got up over it in the next trading session, where you had 131,000 shares as well. That 131,000 going against the swing point, but you also want to keep also going over to the left to see what it's doing. And what is it doing? It's really coming into where you had the downdraft take place at 1050 yesterday. That was 380,000 shares. It really started the trading session just before that at 1045. The high there on that trading session, 129.92. You're trading out at 129.86 right now. So you're looking at 380,000 shares when we started the downdraft, and as you came up this morning, only 137,000 shares that it's doing. So it's fighting off that supply line. Let's go take a look at the Qs. Apple being up $1.70. Let's see what the Qs want to do. That is the strength. That is the place, folks, for your long or short. You want to be paying attention to the Qs. You want to see what the lead dog in the race is doing. That lead dog gapped up, if you will, this morning. Again, looking at the 5-minute chart, that's going into the swing point at 2:10. That had 431,000 shares. This morning you took that on with 2 million shares. That, folks, right into that supply line. That supply line at 1050, 1.9 million shares. That's what it gapped, what it moved down with. And 2.1 on the way up so far this morning. Couldn't handle it. Trading sideways. We'll be right back, folks.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing. But what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while actually reducing your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns, making missed opportunities a thing of the past. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry, or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted that was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. How could I let the day get away without talking about this coming Saturday? Tom and I will be in Boston at the Boston Burlington Marriott. Folks, we would love to see you out there. It's a program that we're going to do for 3 hours from 9 to 12. Absolutely fantastic education. If you are trying to get into the money game, want to understand it, Tom's going to be sharing with you some absolutely great, fantastic patterns out there for trading, and I will help you get your mindset. I'll help you start unleashing your money machine, how it is that you really got to approach this game that we trade each and every day. And also, we've got an event coming up the following Tuesday. So that is next Tuesday, March the 6th, 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. That's going to be hosted here in Tampa over at the Grand Hyatt. Would absolutely love to see you over there. And folks, and also we've got a great Tiger Dollar promotion going on right now. You can make 20 to 30% on your money, plus you get a free live trading session with Tom. And I'm sure that is going to be archived as well. That's going to be on February 29th. He's going to be doing that trading session for, I think, other than 1 hour break, if you will, all during live trading hours. So you want to come over to the homepage of TFNN and absolutely check that out. You've got the Dow trading up 74 points right now. S&P's up 8. You've got the small caps up about almost 8 points as well. Composite up 20. Apple back up now $3, if you will. Let's go take a look at King Dollar real quickly here. Let's see what the King is doing. Not really much of a move, almost trading where it closed out at yesterday. Let's go and take a look at, we got Pegasystems. They're now leading the charge dollar-wise on the way up. Let's go take a look at Pegasystems, if you will. The ticker symbol on that is PEGA. So you got PEGA, they're up 27% so far today. You can see that's got a little wide price spread. Their Q4 results, let's see if I can find those here. Where is it? Looks like they've got non-GAAP income, 36.5 million shares or 91 cents a share out there. It doesn't say what it was going against. Looks like maybe, that doesn't say what it was going against on my screen. But let's go look at the chart. We don't care what it was going against. Let's go see what the chart is telling us out here. And this thing here, boy, look at this thing has had some gaps, if you will. And look at the downdraft. It's running into a supply, if you will. This thing has been consolidating down at the bottom. Now, in this case here, you know what you're going to take a look at today could be a sign of strength. Why do I say that? Because so far in the first, 20-some-odd minutes of trading, 27 minutes of trading, let's take a look at the volume. You've got 600,000 shares. You've got wide price spread with a gap. But what is that coming into? It's coming down into a gap down here on November the 10th. Gap down with 2.6 million shares. So what you'd like to see on this, I don't really see any other high volume highs, though. So I'm not saying to go after this one here, folks. But, what it is trying to do here, it is trying to go up against this gap that it created from November 9th to November the 10th, if you will, and that was on Pega Systems. Priceline is trading up. Of course, that thing is, we talk about, it probably doesn't like that Apple gets all of the news out there, but I believe Priceline, PCLN, I believe that is near its all-time highs. Look at that little island that it is creating out there. Got to be careful with this. Why? Because gaps do get filled, and you've got quite a large gap up there at the highs. You would hate to be trapped at the highs. It's trading out at 631.47, if you will. So be careful if you are inside of Priceline. Use their service, but be careful if you're inside there. On the way down now, leading the charge, you've got ticker symbol SHS. That is Solder Danfoss. And after their Q4 reports, say their earnings are going to be in the range for fiscal 2012 in the $4 to $5 range. The market's not liking that. It is down 15%. Time flies around here, folks. Stay tuned. Tom and I will be up next. Then following that, you've got Kate Stalter, Larry Pesavento today doing the Futures Hour. Ken Shreve from 3 to 4, the warm-up band for the Tom O'Brien Show. Have a great morning, folks. See you in the morning.